Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today I'm doing another smartphone camera comparison with the OnePlus 8T, which I'm using to record right now from its front-facing camera, and matching that up against the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, which is pretty new as well. Came out a couple of weeks ago. Now, as I do in all of these smartphone camera comparisons, everything that you see in this video is going to be recorded on these two devices. So keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which device and which cameras from that device are being used for the photos and videos that you see. With that, let's jump into some side-by-side spec comparisons to see how these two devices match up on paper. Starting things off with the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE, Samsung's given this phone three 12-megapixel sensors, one for the standard ultra-wide and then another for the 3x telephoto lens. And then for the front-facing camera, it's given this device a 32-megapixel front-facing camera. As far as video capture goes, the main sensors on the back of the phone can record 4K at up to 60 FPS, as can the front-facing camera on the Galaxy S20 FE. Looking at the OnePlus 8T, you get a quad camera setup on the back of this phone, with the main one being a 48 megapixel sensor, 16 megapixel sensor for the ultra wide camera, and then 5 megapixel for the macro camera. The fourth and final sensor is a monochrome light sensor that captures additional light information to pair that with the other sensors to pull up the shadows and really improve low light conditions as well. This is something that we saw on Huawei devices a couple years back. As for the front facing camera, you get a 16 megapixel sensor up there. That one can record video at 1080p, while the rear cameras can all record 4K video at up to 60 FPS. Now that we've gotten the specifications of the OnePlus 8T and the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE all squared away, let's jump into some side-by-side photo and video comparisons with these two devices in a variety of different lighting conditions to give you an idea of how they perform in everyday use. And this here's a look at video quality from the front-facing cameras on both of these devices. Now, while the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE does have the advantage when it comes to overall resolution and frame rate, you still get really good video from the front-facing camera on the OnePlus 8T. Just keep in mind, you do have a wider field of view here with the Samsung device. So if you're using this for vlogging or capturing videos of yourself on a regular basis, the added field of view can come in handy quite a bit. And this here is a look at the video quality from the front-facing cameras of the Galaxy S20 FE and the OnePlus 8T. Now, both of these two devices are able to capture pretty decent video and pull in a fair amount of light in these kinds of situations, but you do get a much larger video with the Galaxy S20 FE at a 4K video clip at up to 60 frames per second, though if you do bump that all the way up to 60 FPS, it will make it a little bit darker in these kinds of situations. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the OnePlus 8T and the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. Let me know what you think of the results of these two smartphones in the comments below, and which one you would rather use on a regular basis for capturing photos and videos. I do have quite a few camera comparisons still lined up with the OnePlus 8T, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon as well if you want to see those as soon as they're online. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.